What is excise tax and how does that have an impact in a real estate transaction? Excise tax, the best way to think about this is when you sell a property, a real estate property, you have to pay this to the state and also to the local government. There's a percentage that is applied to the total purchase price, and that is what will be deducted from your total amount of proceeds at closing. The amount of excise tax you will pay will depend on the city you live in and also the price that you're selling the home for. The state has their own rate that they charge. So the state of Washington has a base rate. So it's 1.1% and it goes all the way up to 3% depending on the price of the property. And on top of that, there will be a percentage based on the city that you live in. That ranges from 0% on top all the way to 2% on top of that initial percentage that the state charges. Excise tax is charged in different thresholds based on the sale price of the property. The first threshold would be $525,000 and below. This would be a 1.1% real estate excise tax rate based on what the state would charge. Do keep in mind that your city will charge a percentage between 0 and 2% above these percentages as well. The second threshold would be anything above $525,000 up to $1,525,000. That tax rate for the real estate excise tax would be 1.28%. The next threshold would be anything above $1,525,000 up to $3,025,000. The tax rate would be 2.75% for the real estate excise tax for the state portion. The last threshold would be anything above $3,025,000, and that would be a tax rate of 3%. Let's look at an example. Let's say you sold your house for $3 million. The state tax rate, we'll look at just the state portion for this, for the excise tax. The excise tax due would be, from a percentage standpoint, would be $525,000. The first portion would be at 1.1%. That would be a total of $5,775. So now that we looked at the first portion of the 1.1% for the tax that you would pay, we now have to apply the next group, which would be the next $1 million, because $525,000 up to the next amount maximum of $1,525,000, that's $1 million. So now that tax rate would be 1.28%, which would be $12,800. You would add that to the first amount. Now the last amount would be the next tax bracket, would be the 2.75%. So because the sale price was $3 million, and we already calculated the first $1,525,000, we now calculate the remaining amount, which would be $1,475,000, and that would be a tax rate of 2.75%. And in this case, the total tax would be $40,562.50. And when you add that to the initial amount for the first tax bracket of $5,775 plus the $12,800 for the next bracket, the total overall excise tax for the state portion is $59,137.50. Do keep in mind that you will be charged a local tax rate as well. That ranges from 0% all the way up to 2%. So it will depend on the city that you live in. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you'd like to see my future videos that I make, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.